Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course I'm your host, your YouTube messiah, and often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious, and we are talking about Fastlane, the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania, and was in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm not gonna lie, folks, this was actually a decent show. It didn't seem like the show was gonna be good, you know? I mean, some of the build-up for it wasn't, don't want to say lackluster, but it wasn't necessarily good, but I was impressed. I enjoyed it. I was happy. Now, before I get into the show, though, do want to address, like I said last week, there were angry not mob, well, there was a mob, but it was an angry mob of moms out there protesting outside the Vicious Studios. They've now decided to form a group known as the Mothers Against Tim Vicious Terrible YouTubing, otherwise known as Maddie. So, yeah. Now I have to deal with Maddies. Oh well. Anyways, now let's get into the show. Pre-show match, it was 6-man tag match, Breezeango and Ty Dillinger versus Shelton Benjamin, Chad Gable, and MoJo Rawley. Before they went to the little 15-second ad break, the beginning of the match was more so just like, huh? Like, not necessarily a fan of comedy gimmicks, but you know, if you make me laugh, I can't get mad at you. It's just a rule of thumb. But this didn't make me laugh. It's more so was just like, huh? The entire time I was watching it, just thinking that. After the break, it was just, meh. And honestly, there was no rhyme or reason for the match. That's all. I was just, I couldn't get into it. Like, what? Ty Dillinger got the win using a roll-up and on MoJo fucking Rawley, which MoJo now deserves the Wrestling Darwin Award for the stupidest thing to yell back to the fans. Now, Columbus isn't necessarily a big hot wrestling town, but they will throw out some decent chants if given the opportunity. And well, the crowds were chanting "You can't wrestle" to MoJo, and MoJo decided to respond back with the stupidest response ever. He responded with, "Do you think I care if I can wrestle?" Well, considering that you're in a wrestling ring and your profession is as a wrestler, yes, I think you should care that that you can wrestle. Anyways, like I said, that was that. Next up, so opening match of the night, Nakamura, Rusev. Very pleasing, very much so like this match more than I thought I was gonna, you know. Nice little tit for tat kind of start, you know. It was Rusev did this, Nakamura hit him with that, so Rusev did this, and you know, it went like that back and forth for a bit. Rusev played the power game over Nakamura. Nakamura instead, you know, and Shinsuke, instead of like, you know, trying to do a power game or something like that to get over him, he wound up instead playing a striking game, like wham, wham, throwing elbows, punches, kicks, you know, whatever he could. And, you know, it was a decent match. I liked it. Like I said, I liked it a lot more than I thought I was gonna. Match came to an end when Rusev went to go and get the accolade locked in on Shin. He got out of it, hit him with a Kinshasa in the back of the head. Rusev fell down, got back up. Next, you know, boom, Kinshasa right to the face. 1, 2, 3. That is it. It was a good match. You know, really hope at some point Rusev is able to get a decent match set up for WrestleMania. Even possibly, you know, have him be in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Have him be the winner, you know. I mean, you know, and not only that, I checked my calendar. What are the odds that WrestleMania is going to be on Rusev Day? You know? Now, next matchup, we got Randy Orton, Bobby Roode for Bobby's coveted United States Championship. And this nice, kind of slow, methodical pace, you know. This is like early 2000-esque type matchup, you know. Not like real super fast paced, but not super slow. It just, I don't know. I really dug this match. The crowd was dead. Everyone, like, my Twitter Tim Vicious timeline was blowing up. People saying, "Oh, this is boring." No, I didn't think it was boring. It had a nice slow pace. These guys were going at the pace that was decent for them on it. You know, I dug it. You know, nice back and forths. You know, it was nice back and forth pace throughout the entire match. I dug it. I liked it. Match came to an end when Bobby wound up sizing Randy up for a blockbuster. It was going to be the second blockbuster of the night. Blockbuster he hit him with. He got up in the air and then Randy just wham! Caught him with an the cliche of RKO out of nowhere, and then 1, 2, 3, that was it. So Randy won the title. He's now the US champ, and people are now, you know, now they're openly acknowledging, saying that he's a Grand Slam champion, which now if we're openly acknowledging that the US title is open for being considered for a Grand Slam champion, there's a lot more unofficial Grand Slam champions out there, you know. So that needs to be addressed as well. So yeah, Randy won that. Randy wound up saying that, you know, so my get out after that, Jinder came out, proceeded to go and try and beat the shit out of him, and then Bobby Roode stopped in, then Bobby wound up hitting Randy also, more than likely building up to a triple threat match between the three at WrestleMania. If not, more than likely Bobby Roode will get a rematch some point on TV, and then after that Jinder will wind up throwing his hat into the ring for the US title, which, okay, all well and good. I said this a long while back when Jinder first became #1 contender. You know, let him go with it. Let him win the world title, run with that for a while, and then have him go and have the same kind of run JBL had. You know? Now, obviously, we all, you know, JBL, he was probably not necessarily the nicest guy to work with. He may or may not have. I don't know. I never worked with him personally. But after he dropped the world title, man, he went good. He was a good solid heel, you know? He helped put certain guys over. He had decent stories. I dug it. I dug his run after that. You know, let Jinder have the same kind of way. You know, the guy worked hard. He's decent, you know, and he's a decent worker. You know? Now, next up, women's tag match. Naomi and Becky Lynch going against Carmella and Natayla, which case, now, faces, Becky and Naomi, that were in control at first. Naomi wound up eventually becoming the team punching bag. Now, the thing with this match that confused me is, again, the same thing with the trios match. Where was the storyline? You know, and I know everyone has been shitting on SmackDown as of late, like, oh, well, their storylines have been shit lately. Yeah, well, you know, you get what you get. Gotta deal, sometimes you're not always gonna get $1 million. By all means, feel free to bitch and complain about it. But, like I always, you know, as the main premise for this show, you want to bitch, whine, and complain about a product, by all means, go ahead. But offer some kind of an idea that you think would build it better on. And not just like the typical internet idea of, well, have everyone on top. Have everyone be champion. Have everyone be a villain. No, like, tell me, what do you think would help it now, as well as within like a 3 to 5 month period down the road? What do you think? So yeah. But yeah, match was what it was. I mean, Becky Lynch got the hot tag. Next thing you know, wound up clearing house. Match came to an end when Natayla was up on the apron, was holding the briefcase, getting Carmella, went to go throw, had Carmella up, looked like she was going to go and throw Becky into it. Becky wound up coming over, tried to took deck Natty off the apron. Next thing you know, Carmella got hit Becky with a super kick, got the 1, 2, 3. That was it. So yeah, that was it. The heels won the match, and you know, heaven forbid the bad guy should have to do a bad guy maneuver to win a match, right? You know, but yeah, now as far as honestly, I would be perfectly fine if, like, at some point before Mania, they would set something up where the girls have to compete in a gauntlet match. Or even yet, at Mania, have the girls compete in a gauntlet match where, you know, the winner is then named the #1 contender. So that way you got your match for WrestleMania, and then you got your next story set up going from Mania into the next pay-per-view following. So, now next up we got tag match, New Day, Usos, bringing back old rivalries. And these guys put on some seriously fucking good matches over this past year between each other. No doubt about it. Now, right now, it was New Day, Usos, Woods and Kofi were the team for the New Day on this one. Usos, they took it right to Woods and just, man, they were just laying it on them. It didn't look like a wrestling match. It looked more so like they were giving an ass whooping. And then, till they got Kofi in, now Kofi wound up working decently. And then the Usos started mocking the New Day, doing their claps, hit their finish, the spike big ending and all, and then New Day started getting back at the Usos, doing their super kicks and then throwing at the Superfly Splash. And wound up, and they were getting ready to go and do the double Uso splash, and then they stopped. They wound up getting stopped there. These guys were really going at it. You know, this was probably my more favorite of the matches. I mean, the ending I'll talk about in a minute. Wasn't necessarily a big fan of the ending, but as far as the in-ring work went, this was probably my favorite one out of the series of matches that these guys had. Now, at one point, Woods and Kofi were knocked down on the outside. Big E was over there trying to cheer them on, fill them up with pancakes to get them up and moving. Usos crash and burn on the outside. Next year, while everyone's laying out, boom, Bludgeon Brothers music comes out. They come out, and then they proceed to put a beating on everyone. They beat the shit out of everyone, threw everyone around, and they gave Woods a spiked power bomb onto the stairs, and you could see his head, like, boom, bounce off of it. And the whole time while he's getting loaded onto the stretcher, he's like twitching like this. And man, I don't know if he was just selling that was hurt, that hurt, or if it was legit, but god damn, that was good. You know, and I've been saying for a while that, you know, just wait until, you know, Harper and Rowan get a shot at the titles. Once they do, it's going to be good. So, from what it looks like, we're going to wind up getting another triple threat match at Mania with these three. In which case, I'm already picturing now at like 5 or 6 months down the road, you know, them two, you know, Bludgeon Brothers versus Ray Rowe and Hanson from War Machine. Just, ooh, that's going to be a good fight. Now, next matchup after that, women's title match, Ruby Riott versus Charlotte. This, really liked it, really nice. It was good. Charlotte, she was in control at first. You know, Ruby was out by herself. Charlotte was obviously out by herself. And as Charlotte wound up getting control at one point, she turned around and just boom! Like, whoa! Fuck, where'd you come from? Saw Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan. They appeared right out of nowhere. And now, for the most part, though, Ruby more so felt like she was leading the match. Really liked it, you know. Was really glad to see. This was more like a coming out for her. Like, you know, yeah, this kid's got it. Let this kid run with it. You know? And she did. And at one point, Naomi and Becky wound up coming out. And, you know, there were, you know, the gal pals, as we'll now call them on here. And, you know, and at one point the Riott Squad was distracting the Riott Squad wound up running interference just to distract the ref to get the gal pals to run into the ring and chase him off. And then the ref just looked at him and was like, go, you two can't get in the ring. And all the while he's yelling at the ref, they're beating the snot out of Charlotte in the corner. He's like, yo, you, get out of here! And kicks Naomi and Becky out from ringside. And then while Sarah and Liv are just like, like, you know what, you two, you're out also. Kicks them all out. And yeah, but like I said, this was a decent match. I liked it. And this was probably one of Charlotte's better matches she's had since coming to SmackDown. Now, Charlotte wound up getting the win. She wound up getting the figure 8 locked in. After the match, Asuka came out and then declared that she was going to challenge Charlotte for the title at WrestleMania. So we're finally going to get the Charlotte versus Asuka match at WrestleMania that we've been wanting. And this, whoo man, that's going to be one hell of a match. Now next up, main event of the night. 6-pack challenge. John Cena, Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, all for Uncle Allen's WWE title. And one thing I gotta address first and foremost is, my God, what the hell's up with Baron Corbin, man? Because seriously, the look he's got, just no. He's got that small little, like, baby beard that looks like a sailor's beard just going around his chin right there, just nah. And the hair, he looks like that 50-plus-year-old dude that still hangs out at the metal bar trying to, like, look cool. Like, no, dude, your hairline is like all the way up to the middle of your head. Buzz your hair down and, like, change your look or something, man. Seriously, just no. No, it's not a decent look for you. Now, as far as what this match goes, this was good. Really liked it. Lots of good action. Lots of good storytelling. Shane McMahon was ringside for whatever reason. Now, the match started out with everyone trying to make a charge at Cena and Cena throwing an AA at everyone until AJ was just like, looked at him like, gotcha. I ain't running to you. And then them two had their one-on-one moment for a bit. Now, really liked it. You know, them two had their one-on-one for a bit. And then eventually the other guys got back up, circled around the ring, looked at Cena and he was like, whoa, oh man. And then, boom, proceeded to go. They all did a 5-on-1 beatdown on Cena. Really liked it. Now, it was really everyone on everyone kind of bit. It wasn't like everyone, like, one-on-one for, like, 2 minutes and then, boom, switch out, and then another, and then another, and then another. It wasn't really like that in the ring. It was more so everyone was going after everyone, which, you know, all well and good on. One thing that did confuse me is when Corbin started to get the advantage, out of nowhere he decided to go and single out Dolph Ziggler and start fighting him out into the crowd, which, dude, seriously? You say you want to win the title. You say you want to win Mania. You want to main event Mania. Why are you going to go and just up into the crowd with where you won't be able to get a... That just made zero sense to me. You know? Now, at one point, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were in the ring, and much like Sami said before to him, he said, in there, I will lay down for you so you can get a pin. And Sami was like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it for you. Laid down. And Owens is just looking like, is he really gonna? Is he really doing it? He got him just as it looked like he was about to. He picked Sami up. He went to go pick Sami up. Sami countered into a roll-up. And then them two started going at it. In which case, the ever-infamous line from Kevin Steen to El Generico. You and I are destined to do this forever. Also, I have it on good authority, Sami Zayn did dedicate this match to his mentor, the late, great El Generico. And at one point, you know, as they were brawling, as Kevin and Sami were brawling, they got to the outside. Sami got into Shane McMahon's face like, this is what you wanted, huh? This is what you wanted? You wanted to see us going at it? You wanted to see us fighting? Shane's just like, Sami turns his head. He sees Owens winding up for a super kick. He moves out the way. And boom! Catches Shane with a super kick right there on the face. Sami then runs around, goes does that through the ring post DDT. Does just, oh God, that is such beautiful. That's so beautiful to see. And then as they're in there, you know, they get back in the ring. Sami eventually, Kevin's yelling at Shane about something, and then winds up. Sami hits him with the hell of a kick, and then gets the cover. As the ref's counting 1, 2, Shane pulls the ref out and starts yelling at him. And then, a little bit after that, Kevin winds up getting the pin on Sami. Again, doing the count 1, 2, Shane interrupts the pin again. Shane wound up saying on Talking Smack after the match that, you know, he did that. He was running hot. He was running off of emotions. And, you know, he just got kicked in the face. Well, you know, honestly, Shane, if you weren't out there in a spot you shouldn't have, you wouldn't have been kicked. That's just that. But it is what it is. He did. So hopefully we're going to wind up seeing Kevin and Sami get Shane in a 2-on-1 no DQ handicap match, personal guessing, for Mania, which case that would be really nice, just because, you know, yeah, Shane deserves that beating for doing that and breaking all of our hearts, thinking we could have seen one of them as a world champion now. Now, at one point when Cena was running hot and he was clearing house, he wound up actually giving Styles an AA through the 1 announce table, so Styles was out for a good portion of the match, so now he was out for that. Now, on how match came to an end, Cena wound up trying to get everyone, wound up hitting an AA. I think it was to Sami, and then Owens went to go hit. Owens hit Cena with a pop-up powerbomb, and then just as he did that, Styles got back up, boom, hit him with the phenomenal forearm, got 1, 2, 3, so Uncle Allen defied the odds. He won, still champ. So, and now it is written in stone. We are definitely officially confirmed. AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, WrestleMania. Oh dear God, just shut up and take my money. That is that, and probably the best part out of this was at the end, the camera guy pulled in on Cena just to see John Cena's disappointment face, and he was like, pushes the camera out of the way and you could see it. So, honestly, fingers crossed, still we're not getting Cena versus Undertaker, because honestly, here's my thing. If we did, all that does is degrade degrade the win that Roman got on Undertaker last year. Because that Monday night after, Cole even said that was Undertaker's last match. And Undertaker took off his gloves, took off his hat, left it in the ring, and then left. I don't think Undertaker should be coming back, especially at this point where, you gotta factor in age. As much as we never want to see somebody leave, Undertaker, he's in his mid-50s, he's pushing mid to late 50s. I mean, do you want to keep seeing this guy do that and hurting himself? I mean, how many times has he had to get a hip replacement surgery within the past, past 5 to 10 years? No, time has come, he let Brock win at WrestleMania 30. He should have stopped then. He didn't. Okay. And just let it go. He's done. Don't do Cena versus Taker. Don't, you want to do something? Let Cena come out and issue an open challenge to anyone for WrestleMania to try and take Cena down and Cena's legacy and go from there. You could have any guy, But yeah, so that's just, again, personal ideas. So that is it for this week's show, folks. So, like on normal, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes. Make sure y'all look for me on my Twitter at Tim Vicious. Also do have another account, Tim_Vicious. I'm also out there on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. If you're gonna find me, if you're from here and then you look for me on there, make sure you let me know you find me from here so I don't think you're some creepy bastard looking to get your creep John going. Also, make sure you look for information down below for the Dad Show, Lifestyle Podcast, Storytelling Podcast, whatever kind of podcast you want to make it as. New episodes will come out soon, no matter when, not if. Also, do not forget to follow all of these cool-ass cats right here on Twitter. Axel Mulligan, make sure you check out Axel's newest project, Wrestling Review, where they talk about British and European wrestling. Kenny Killer, my two co-hosts for the Dad Show. I am Danny Sunday, and Oliver Ben, who is my executive producer for this show. Make sure y'all check him out. His music's on iTunes, Spotify, and such. Details are down below. Also, make sure y'all hit Ollie up for one of these Ollie Rewind shirts. Show the man some love and support. Cranky Asshole, Aaron_DeBoer, and Dazzy MWP. And folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck yous.